Deep in the dark forest, where the moonlight can't penetrate the thick shadows, there stood an old, eerie cottage surrounded by towering trees. On a stormy night, the wind howled through the forest, and suddenly, Elara, the mysterious witch, appeared, flying on her magic broom. Following her was a black cat with glowing eyes that shone in the darkness. Elara entered the cottage and quietly closed the door behind her. The room was dark, except for the dim light flickering from old candles. Shelves lined the room, overflowing with strange bottles filled with glowing liquids, dried herbs, and unidentifiable objects. Elara moved toward the large black cauldron in the center of the room. She glanced around, then turned toward a stack of ancient books piled high in a dusty corner. She muttered under her breath, "Where is it? I need that book." She rummaged through the pile, tossing aside tattered tomes, until she found a large, leather-bound book etched with glowing symbols. "Ah, here it is," she said with a wicked grin. The witch placed the book on a nearby table and flipped through its yellowed pages. "Tonight, I shall craft the strongest spell yet," she whispered. Elara began collecting the ingredients she needed. Bottles clinked as she poured their contents into the cauldron. Strange, glowing powders, blackened roots, and shimmering liquids swirled together, creating a mist that began to rise. Do you know what Elara is planning? Could her magic be more powerful than we imagine? What will happen when Elara starts casting her spells? As she stirred the bubbling potion, odd noises filled the room. Whispers, groans, and faint laughter. The cauldron emitted flashes of green and purple light, and the shadows on the walls seemed to twist unnaturally. Suddenly, the room fell silent. Elara stood still, staring into the cauldron. Then, without warning, her body began to change. Her once smooth face became wrinkled and twisted. Her green eyes glowed brightly, piercing the darkness like two eerie lanterns. Her teeth grew sharp, her hands bony and clawed. She looked into a cracked mirror on the wall and let out a terrifying laugh. "Yes, the spell is working." Elara's voice had become deep and raspy. Her reflection in the mirror was monstrous, her face now hideous and unrecognizable. What is Elara planning? Why has she transformed herself into this monstrous form?